Yo, right here in the small box. Let's lock in, let's get started. Y'all do know what time it is, right? Okay, you see what's in front of us, right? Then you know what kind of conversation we're about to have. So let's get started. Yo, you, right here in the small box, right here in the small box. Welcome back to Flexmob Reactions, only on the Flexmob Network. I'm Flex, welcome back to the channel. Oh, what a day it is today. What a day it is today. Hold on, I'm a little high up, bro. Look like I'm sitting in a booster chair. Anyway, as you can see, we got Anthony in front of us. Apparently, this guy is a very incredible hip-hop mind. Okay, he has deciphered something that's been a rumor for a minute. It might be headcanon. It might be fictional through his mind. But if we have a 40-minute video in front of us and he's breaking it down, I don't think it's that fictional, bruh. I don't think it's that fictional. I think this is non-fiction. I think this is real. Okay, I think he might be on to something. Is this how it exactly went? I don't know. But I'm here for it, bruh. I'm here for it. If you crack the code, brother, break it down so we can all understand. Okay? So, with that being said, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the FlexMind Network. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what's about the reaction. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop my videos or when I'm live like right now. And please do not forget to hype the video. Is that how that works? I don't know how the hype button works. Does it work on lives? Like, y'all gotta let me know, because I don't know nothing about the hype button. They just drop it on us randomly and it's like, here, use it. Like, bro, give me that textbook, dog. I'm trying to learn. Anyway, look, let's go ahead and get started, bro, because y'all know I can yap for days. I'm a yapper. Okay? Let's go ahead and dive in with the video. Talk to me, my guy. What's good? What's the word? Educate us.
Did Kendricklamar get Drake to diss himself on the song Poetic Justice? Was Kendricklamar one of Drake's early ghostwriters in Drake's career?
Don't kill me for it,
Me and Desiree Rose come up with the Poetic Justice Theory. Some of you were in the comments section on a couple of other videos saying, hey, I see you got a lot of content here. And we do. It's over 10 hours worth of content.
Facts.
Across multiple channels and different platforms. Is there a way? The question was, is there a way to get all of that content condensed into 30 minutes or less? Your arguments for the Poetic Justice Theory, and then the common counter arguments that we hear against the Poetic Justice Theory, and that is exactly what I am hoping to accomplish in the next 29 minutes. So before we get into all of that, make sure you guys do the YouTube thing. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, hype, and subscribe.
Yo, this hype button ish is new, bro. I'm telling you. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have stopped the video. Let's keep going.
We really do appreciate that. If you guys want to support the content, go to the link in my bio. To my link tree, I got a link that'll take you, to either Cash App or PayPal.
That's why.
Or Venmo, whatever. All the links are there in my bio. But the Poetic Justice Theory is very simple.
I got y'all, I muted the desktop because I was working on a little something in the background while I was getting started. So we good now. We're locked in. How long did an hour? 1 minute and 16. 1 minute and 16. Let's start again.
Did Kendricklamar get Drake to diss himself on the song Poetic Justice? Was Kendricklamar one of Drake's early ghostwriters in Drake's career? And how in the hell did me and Desiree Rose come up with the Poetic Justice Theory? Some of you were in the comments section on a couple of other videos saying, hey, I see you got a lot of content here. And we do. It's over 10 hours worth of content across multiple channels and different platforms. Is there a way? The question was, is there a way to get all of that content condensed into 30 minutes or less? Your arguments for the Poetic Justice Theory, and then the common counter arguments that we hear against the Poetic Justice Theory. And that is exactly what I am hoping to accomplish in the next 29 minutes. So before we get into all of that, make sure you guys do the YouTube thing. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, hype, and subscribe. We really do appreciate that. If you guys want to support the content, go to the link in my bio. To my link tree, I got a link that'll take you, to either Cash App or PayPal or Venmo, whatever. All the links.
Nigga, you got Cash App and PayPal, bro? What the Man, y'all Americans got a good. I ain't got no Cash App, bro. It's all PayPal. It's the QR code, by the way. Yeah, I ain't got no Cash App. Y'all got it good, bro. Y'all got it good. Damn, bro. It's the QR code just on the left side. Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Are there in my bio. But the poetic justice theory is very simple. We just surmised that 13 years ago, Drake and Kendrick Lamar collaborated on 3 different songs, right? Like there's 3 different songs that those two do together on 3 separate albums. One on Drake's album, which is Buried Alive. Poetic Justice being on Kendrick Lamar's album, Good Kid, Mad City. And the third was on
Hey, you heard what J. Tom said. Make sure you violate that like button. You hear me?
Fucking Problems on A$AP Rocky's album. It's in those songs that we assert that Kendrick Lamar ghost writes for Drake. That is the work that he gives over to Drake in order to now have access to the music industry that he now has. It is through these 3 songs that Kendrick not only details his initiation into the music industry, but he tells you that he is Drake's ghostwriter. He tells you that these messages will be buried alive. And he hopes that the listeners, the true fans of the art form, will dig up those messages. And he also codes these messages in hopes that one day his true fans will find it, unearth it, and discuss amongst themselves the real story that Kendrick Lamar is painting. How we came up with the poetic justice theory is simple. I was studying during the pandemic everyone's catalogs and everyone's discographies.
That's okay. Okay, that's different. Okay, y'all are saying it's a good video, so perfect. We're on the right time, okay? But that's crazy. During the pandemic, a lot of people were doing a lot of things, and trust and believe me, studying catalogs was not on my radar at all at the time, that is wild. So that's an extra amount of respect for dude right here, bro. Anthony, that's crazy.
Started with East Coast rappers. I made my way to West Coast rappers. I love Tupac Shakur. And this was during the pandemic. So for me, the pandemic affected me personally. I was furloughed from my job. I didn't have a job for close to 18 months. And Tupac and his lyrics, and especially his songs about class consciousness, it really spoke to me. And of course, going down that Tupac rabbit hole, understanding the relationship that Kendrick Lamar has with Tupac's music, I wanted to dive into Kendrick's catalog. So I did that. And one night while I couldn't sleep and I was playing Madden late at night, I was just kind of, playing Poetic Justice in my head. And I just, for whatever reason, I saw the message. I saw what he was saying. And mind you, this is hindsight being 2020, right? It's during the COVID pandemic. It's during all of that. So I had already known about Drake and his alleged use of ghostwriters through Quentin Miller and his beef with Meek Mill. And then I just started pulling at that string. It's like, oh, okay. So if Kendrick Lamar wrote this verse for Drake, what is Drake actually saying? And we get into all of that. We published our first Poetic Justice Theory video called Decoding Drake and Kendrick 5 years ago. We sound nervous, and it's because we were nervous.
Yo, as you should be nervous. Just imagine. And yo, no disrespect, but when you come to the flexmob network, sometimes I'm gonna crack some jokes. But just imagine you got Anthony and his wife, and they're listening to Poetic Justice. They're like, yo, did Drake just did he? Nah, not Aubrey Graham. There's no way he would say that about himself on the same track that he's on with Kendrick. That can't be right. No. You come to find out Kendrick's the one writing everything. So wait, hold on. You telling me Kendrick wrote Drake's verse, and then Drake read it and said, yeah, no, this is perfect. Kendrick in the corner like, this nigga is so stupid. And then they're trying to break the news. Nigga, I would be nervous and shit. I ain't gonna lie. If I was breaking that kind of news, I'd wet myself. I said it. Let me tell you something. If I was gonna break some news like that, talking about Drake, of all people, Drake dissed himself on Poetic Justice. Drake. Nigga, I TT on myself. I swear to God. Are you kidding me?
I understand that I am a white person trying to talk about hip hop. I understand I'm speaking on culture, and I want to do it in the most respectful way possible.
Exactly.
So obviously that first video, especially my first YouTube video, being an hour and a half long, I was a little nervous, and we just left it at that. We put out the Poetic Justice Theory, and we moved on with our lives. We really did. We just, Des and I just decided, like, hey, it's cool. It's a cool Easter egg. We're just going to leave it up there. And if we're right, you know, if we're right, then one day it'll be a cool Easter egg that people can stumble upon.
Well, let me tell you something. Y'all, we're not saying y'all fully right, but the fact that it's starting to take its rounds around the hip-hop community, my God, y'all might be on to something.
Fast forward to 2024, and the beef pops off. And things were said during the beef that just made me and Desiree Rose just jump for joy, because he was confirming everything that we had talked about on our original Poetic Justice Theory video that we had made 4 years before in our kitchen. So that beef, while everyone was having their own experience with it, you know, witnessing, like, you know, the culture shift, like, that was really cool. For me and Des in particular, it takes on a different meaning, and it's something that I don't think y'all on the other side of the video can understand, because we had talked about Drake in this light 4 years before Kendrick even talked about him like that on record and put him on blast like that. And 2 weeks before the beef even popped off, I got on my TikTok to try and explain Poetic Justice to you in 90 seconds or less. And one of the things I said was, Kendrick Lamar views Drake as taking away from the black community. Me, a white guy, saying that 2 weeks before Euphoria dropped. Yeah, like, I caught a lot of flack, but I mean, we ended up being right, because he calls him a colonizer on Not Like Us. So what now I want to do is I want to break down,
Okay, bet.
You know,
bet.
the 4 songs that you really have to know, which is our strongest, like, and again, coming back to the house rules that I laid out on a couple of videos already. House rules are, we only have 2 of them. We abide by the timeline of events. We stick to the timeline, and we stick to the lyrics, because the timeline and the lyrics tell the real story of what happened and transpired between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Those are the only 2 rules here. So keeping that in mind, I am now going to lay out our Poetic Justice Theory using the remainder of the time that I have. So
I got you.
You really have to understand, the Poetic Justice Theory is mainly about 4 songs, 4 songs in particular. 3 of those songs, Buried Alive, Poetic Justice, and Effin' Problems. Buried Alive occurring, again, on the timeline in November of 2011. This is before the Club Paradise tour. If you look at Buried Alive, Kendrick is detailing out in these lyrics not only his initiation into the music industry, he's comparing Drake to R. Kelly at one point. And
yo, I'm sorry. Wait. Stop. Because Buried Alive came out how long ago? Hold on. Yo, the fact that we're doing all this is hilarious. Buried Alive came out in 2011. Holy crap. It's 2011, right? If I'm yo, please. This is crazy.
He also is saying that Drake is telling him, hey, you have to rap a certain way now that you're in this industry. You need to keep women in mind. When women be the tastemakers for the shit that we're making. He's telling him he's got to rap a certain way. And then here at the end of the song, he says, the reason why the highlight was when he said, you belong to the people when you're outside. So dig a shovel full of money, full of power, full of pussy, full of fame, and bury yourself alive. Bury yourself alive. Then I...
Yo, whoa, wait. Why don't I remember this? Why don't I remember? Yo, Drake. No, we're not calling him Drake. We're calling him Aubrey, cause it sounds better. Yo, Aubrey. Yo, Aubrey. We gotta talk to you, man. Aubrey, you approved this. Yo, Aubrey approved this. No, you. Somebody on your team said, nah, this is perfect. You don't understand. What he's talking about is about your haters. Drake. Aubrey's like, hey, Mr. Lamar, keep doing what you're doing in the booth, okay? Kendrick in the booth like, yeah, no problem. I got you, nigga.
I died. So he's telling you that he no longer belongs to himself. He belongs to the industry. And that his message will be buried alive in the lyrics.
Daniel? I see you.
Because he now has to code the way that he talks to you, the listener. The second song that you have to understand when understanding the Poetic Justice Theory is the Heart Part 3. And the Heart Part 3 is important for multiple reasons. One, it comes out 2 days before Good Kid, Mad City. And two, it is detailing out where Kendrick is mentally with not only his relationship with you, the listener, but his relationship with hip hop and how TDE pulled off this heist on Drake. So the first order of business that I have to draw your attention to, especially when it comes to the Heart Part 3, is this line right here where he says, truthfully, I just started rapping to get away.
Yo, no, Furry B, you're lying. Furry B, you're lying. You're lying. It did not take this nigga, how long, 13 years? There's no way it took him 13 years mid-battle to figure this out. Hold on, let me read this for context so everybody knows what I'm talking about. Furry B's comment. Did you know that Drake only figured it out during the battle? He made a response record called Buried Alive. Yo, say swear to God. Say swear to God.
Never thought your favorite rapper would want a verse. My fella got hit 25 times with a K. He's telling you. Kendrick is telling you that he never thought your favorite rapper at the time. And if you look at the charts, Drake was everywhere. You couldn't go into a record store. You couldn't go to AMC 30 in Sterling Heights, Michigan. You couldn't get in your car without hearing a Drake song. He was arguably one of the biggest rappers on the planet off of a mixtape. So Kendrick Lamar is saying, off of a mixtape and an album. So he's basically saying, I never thought your favorite rapper, you know, the industry darling that was Drake in his early career, I never thought your favorite rapper would want a verse. He got hit 25 times with a K. He's telling you that your favorite rapper wanted a verse from him. So what did he do? He hit him 25 times with a Kendrick Lamar. He hit him 25 times with a K. The other part of the Heart Part 3 that you need to understand is when Kendrick Lamar...
Wait. Hold on, backing up a little bit. So, okay, this reaction, I ain't gonna lie, this is gonna be over an hour. I'm sorry. My brain is exploring and walking down pathways that I don't know about right now, okay? I just gotta make it clear. Let me get this right. So, hold on. If we're looking at, what verse is this? Verse, 23, subsection 5? It says, my nigga got hit 25 times with a K. Is that the amount of times? And this is the hard part 3. Is that the amount of times Kendrick shot this nigga? No way. No way. Yo, what the? Yo, it's too early to have my hand on the wall like this. God.
Of the heart part 3 that you need to understand is when Kendrick Lamar says, three hollow tips aimed at your head. I'll be damned if the chopper jam now. And before that bar, he says, I need to find a better way to stand out. I need to find a better way to take your fans now. 3 hollow tips aimed at your head. I'll be damned if the chopper jam now. A hollow tip is a bullet that expands upon impact. So like it hits the target and then boom, like that. It'll just open up and expand upon impact. Those are these 3 songs. He's talking about these 3 songs in particular.
No.
Buried Alive, Poetic Justice, and Fucking Problems. Because it's...
Oh my God, those are the same songs. Yo, wait, whoa. Each song has Drake on it in some sense. If I'm right. Cause I already know Drake is right there on Effing Problems. Poetic Justice, he right there. Buried Alive. Like, if I'm correct, that's on. Is that on Take Care? If I'm correct, hold on. Let me make sure I get that right. I don't want to get that wrong. Hold on, let me go on Spotify real quick. Let me make sure to get that right. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Buried Alive interlude. Yeah, it's on Take Care. Yo! Each song they've been on, whether it's the same song together or it's on a project where they're sharing the same name. This nigga been shooting. Yo, oh my God. Oh my God, this is different. No. This is different. Listen, yo, Kendrick Lamar been trying to compete with this nigga. And he's like, why would I want to do that? Like, bro, what do we do? Nigga, why would you battle him? Why would you do that?
On these 3 songs that it's going to expand upon impact. And finally, the last thing that you need to know about the Heart Part 3 is that it is the song that comes out right before Good Kid, Mad City. And Kendrick Lamar asks you, the listener specifically, will you let hip hop die on October 22nd? And it's because he's afraid that his message is now so coded and buried that you won't pick up on the messaging, that you won't get what he's truly trying to say and what he actually did to Drake now that it's coded. So, you know, again, sticking to the lyrics and sticking to the timeline, those are important to understand, those 2 things. Good Kid, Mad City drops on October 22nd, 2012. And part of the Poetic Justice Theory includes the one that we, you know, our first video, Decoding Drake and Kendrick, includes a moment where we talk about how Money Trees is the setup to the diss, because Kendrick Lamar is one of those guys who is constantly calling back to his own albums, to his own songs. He is constantly referencing himself. And you'll see the reference to Money Trees here in a second on the 3rd collaboration with Drake. But Money Trees is the setup. And if you look at the track sequencing for Good Kid, Mad City, it goes from Money Trees into Poetic Justice. And that is 100% intentional, because where do you typically
hold on, let me get the zoom in to confirm this. Oh my God. Yo. Oh my God. Let me hear that part again, please. Yo, what's good, Cousin B? What's good, man? How you feeling? Welcome back, man. Good seeing you.
Money Trees into Poetic Justice. And that is 100% intentional, because where do you typically find shade? You typically find shade underneath something. So Kendrick Lamar intentionally put Money Trees above
Yo, yo, hold on. What happened to just hating somebody? What happened to just hating somebody? Nah, this is not hate. This is the listen, let me tell you something. This is the kind of hate. I don't even know how to describe this right now. This nigga different. Yo, this nigga is different, bruh. Yo, what the fuck? Yo. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, nah, son. Nah, run that back one more time.
100% intentional. Because where do you typically find shade? You typically find shade underneath something. So Kendrick Lamar intentionally put Money Trees above Poetic Justice. So Poetic Justice is underneath the tree, right? If you delve into the lyrics on Money Trees, like we did in our original video, he says, "You looking like an easy come up, you bish. A silver spoon, I know you come from, you bish." Think about who Drake is. Think about...
Bitch! You looking like an easy come up, you bitch! You hear me? Huh? You looking like an easy come... Nigga, you... And then, yo, he proceed. 2024 in the beef. Nigga, you really are an easy come... Oh, he could have ended your life so long ago. He could... Kendrick! Where have you been? You could have been done this. Oh my God. It didn't matter what year it was. He could have ended this man's whole career. And he chooses to end his career at the top of his game. Oh. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Where he comes from. This dude was on
LC?
Degrassi. He's a middle-class dude from Toronto. Just remember who Drake is. Remember that. A silver spoon, I know you come from, you bish, and that's a lifestyle that we never knew. You'd go at a reverend for the revenue. You'd go at a reverend for a check. And he calls, and he said, he finally says right here, it goes Holly Berry or hallelujah. Pick your poison, tell me what you're doing. Everyone is going to respect the shooter. Everyone is going to respect the industry. But the one in front of the...
Respect me, bitch. Like, yo, bro, and literally the whole world, every tour stop in every city that had a stadium, everybody respected him. Yo, this is... Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, respect this. Yeah. I can't even laugh right.
Gun lives forever. The artist lives forever. And I've been hustling all day, this way, that way, through canals and alleyways, just to say that Money Trees is the perfect place for shade. And that's just how I feel. How he feels is Poetic Justice. Because the song Poetic Justice is not just a Drake diss. It is a perfectly penned and coded letter to not only his community of Compton, but to hip hop, to black culture. It is, and it's a love letter dedicated to them and dedicated to you. And that's why, you know, if you
God, what's good, Raven? Buried Alive was the first experiment to see how real he was about rap, cuz. Hold on, let me read this real quick. If he's the top guy and he studies rap battles for a living, he must be able to catch the shade. Yo, hold on. I'm going to read it one more time because, my thoughts are crowding my brain right now. Let me read it one more time. Buried Alive was the first experiment to see how real he was about rap. Because if he's the top guy and he studies rap battles for a living, he must be able to catch this shade. Yo, God is my witness, bro. Kendrick. Oh, Jesus. I can't speak. I can't think right now. We're not even 10 minutes in. No, Okay, we passed 10 minutes. We are 14 minutes in. Oh my God. Am I hyperventilating? Am I okay? What the Yo, hold on. This is why I got water, because you never know, bruh. What is going on? What is going on? Oh my God. I think Kendrick wrote for Drake while on Club Paradise tour and was forced to sign an NDA to not speak about it. He might have also seen things happen and he wasn't happy with. Hip hop is life for Kendrick, so he must have been pissed to see how Drake treats the culture. By the way, I don't think he hates Drake. Well, maybe a bit, because Drake lied on him and mentioned his wife and kids. Yo. Oh. Oh nah, this is different, bro. So hold on. Let's take a break for a second, because oh Jesus Christ. Listen. And I'm gonna get to what's the dirt in a second, but yo. This is why. And this is okay. My brain is going somewhere. Let me just start to walk down this path so I can get to what I want to say. This is why it's so important for an artist to be an actual artist and not to be a fraud. Because, and it sucks because if you look at how UMG pushed Aubrey, and then what came with Aubrey is just a nothing but fraudulent niggas. Like, that's what happens when you put the wrong leader in power, Trump. Anyway, and when the people that came after Aubrey, if you start to break them down, it's not saying it's similar, but a lot of them are not true artists. They are regular people that might have grown to be artists, but they're not actual artists. The people when Kendrick Lamar stood back on top, dethroning dude. Look at all the artists starting to pop out randomly. Dog, Chance the Rapper had a comeback. Nigga, I've never seen a nigga fall off like that before. He had a full comeback. Are you kidding me? Bro, do you understand? Anything is possible with hip hop. That's how crazy it is. And they've been running around and parading the wrong person for years. Oh. My guy, he tested your brain. And when he came to the conclusion that you got no brain cells, yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. Everything that came after that is all on you, bruh. I see people out there, oh, he's been dissing him for years. He's not a real one. He's just begging for attention. Yo, he's trying to test him. And he's been failing year after year. Are you serious? Holy shit. Oh my God. What's good, Alex? How you doing? Wow. Bro. Then Poetic Justice was a trial run. Made him diss himself. Effing Problems was him making him tell you he made him diss himself. Shut up. Oh my God. I think it was Chigs who posted a pic of Kendrick and Drake. And Kendrick looked like he was done. Holy crap. Holy crap. This is insane. And all we needed to do was get Drake out of the way. Yo, this is crazy. All right, let me keep going with the video because I don't want to yo, my brain is just right here.
Look at Poetic Justice as we highlight in our first decoding video. We tell you that it is Kendrick Lamar speaking through Drake, and he gets Drake to say, I could never right my wrongs unless I write them down for real. P.S. We also talk about on the decoding part 2 that we made after the beef. We tell you that Pusha T makes a specific reference when he was dissing Drake on his song Infrared. How can you right your wrongs when you don't even write your songs? That is very intentional.
Run that back for me because I lost my train of thought.
He makes a specific reference when he was dissing Drake on his song Infrared. How can you right your wrongs when you don't even write your songs? That is very intentional because Pusha T knows about Poetic Justice. Wow. So, coming back to Drake's verse on Poetic Justice, He says, I can never right my wrongs unless I write them down for real. And it should be noted that at one point in the verse, Drake goes, I was trying to put you on game, put you on a plane, take you and your mama to the motherland. I can't recall Drake taking a trip to Africa post Poetic Justice and putting someone on a plane and taking him with him to Africa after, the Poetic Justice song was released. But Kendrick Lamar, it should be noted that Kendrick Lamar takes a very public trip to Africa in 2015. Again, actions speak louder than words, and we stick to the lyrics and we stick to the timeline on everything, right? Those are the two rules in this household. It's also on Poetic Justice where you get this third verse from Kendrick Lamar that is so incredible. The line in particular that I want to draw your attention to is right here towards the end. He says, read slow and you'll find gold mines in these lines. Sincerely yours truly, and right before you go blind, P.S. It's not sincerely me and Aubrey Graham. It's not sincerely Kendrick Lamar and Drake. It's sincerely yours truly. He wrote this song in particular. And right before you figure it out, right before it dawns on you, the reason why he did it, that P.S. is not postscript. That P.S. is shorthand for Pac Shakur. And when you truly think about Kendrick Lamar and his connection to Tupac's music and how vocal he is on that, and what a staunch listener to Tupac that he is, an advocate for people going to listen to his music and talking about openly the impact that Tupac's music has had on his life. He would never, ever allow Drake on a song dedicated to Tupac's favorite film that he did and dedicated to Tupac Shakur unless it was getting him to say something on wax forever that he can't take back. That would be Poetic Justice. That would be what it is. And the chorus itself is a message to you. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it.
Just what you want. Poetic justice, put it in a song. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my days. Oh, my God. Yo. And the nerve of you to have Janet Jackson on the beat. Anytime. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it. Oh, shit.
Know just what you want. Poetic Justice. Put it in a song. We go over all of that in our first decoding video that we made over 5 years ago. Again, I'm condensing 12 hours worth of content, so bear with me. Okay, moving on. The final collaboration between Drake and Kendrick Lamar happens on A$AP Rocky's album, Fucking Problems. I have done breakdowns on Drake's verse and how there's some very questionable lines there. Again, going off the working theory that Kendrick Lamar ghost wrote for Drake multiple times. You can go back and look at my other content on that. But the lines that I really want to...
All right, hold on. All right, Furry B, I'm listening. Okay? There's a part they don't talk about in the video that they do in one of the longer videos that you need to know. I'm not convinced about the Pac Shakur. Everything else seems reasonable. Facts that I kind of see it. I ain't gonna lie. So, Furry B, you gotta talk to me for a second. What did they say that wasn't said in this video, but was said in another video that they did? I need to know. And on top of that, that part you were talking about, I think we will find out about Drake in East Africa at that time. A lot of schmackening goes down there. Let me find out this nigga really R. Kelly. Oh, Jesus God. Yo. Okay. So the official lyrics read, P.S. postscript is spelled PS, not PS later in the song. He talks about being precise with the punctuation. It's intentional, like a revision to make sure you get it. Oh no. Song talks about being precise with the punctuation. It's intentional, like a revision to make sure you get it. Oh my. Yo, nah, I'm sorry. If I was a kid listening to these songs, I'd be dumb as shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't understand a thing that's going on around me. Me as a kid, just listening to music in school, going to class and all that, I wouldn't know a thing that's going on. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was listening to music for the sake of listening to music. If it sounded good, cool. But now it's like, yo, what did he say? Oh my God.
Draw your attention to from the third verse on this song is Kendrick Lamar saying, right here, he says, "Girl, I'm Kendrick Lamar, aka Benz to me is just a car." That is a callback, believe it or not, to Buried Alive. If you go back and listen to the Buried Alive interlude, he basically says like the industry has Drake like mesmerized and addicted with Rihanna as a lady friend and an addiction that'll keep him in Mercedes-Benz. So he is saying a Benz to me is just a car. Like, I'm Kendrick Lamar. You know, I've done a breakdown on this whole verse, but again, another line that I need to draw your attention to, just to make these quick points, is the Halle Berry hallelujah. Holler back, I'll do ya, beast. Calling back to money trees, because where's the perfect place for shade? Underneath something. He's trying to draw your attention to the messaging, but again, he has to do it in code. Because the industry is now involved. He is an industry guy, and he can't speak plainly anymore. So it has to be like this. So again, sticking to the timeline, sticking to the lyrics, that is the poetic justice theory in a nutshell. We have done deeper dives on Euphoria. We've done deeper dives on Meet the Grams, on Not Like Us. You know, we've done a lot of work on this. And again, sticking to the timeline, sticking to the lyrics, that is just poetic justice in a nutshell.
My head hurt. I don't even think we're an hour into this live. My head hurt. I just got to say that first. It's also a callback to that video when Drake was young talking about how much he wanted a Benz. That is diabolical work. My guy, he is dissing you on all fronts. He is roasting you on every front possible. We all know, okay, how about this? Let me help it. Let me break this down a little bit. Let's say, for example, we have this bottle cap. Now, as you can see from this bottle cap, and this is just an example, but from this bottle cap right here, we see a circle that's in front of us. At face value, we see a circle. Now, before we've been informed of how a circle is really formed and came to be, as far as we see it, we see a circle that has no sides on it. There's no sides on this circle, right? There's no points on this circle. Come to find out, in high school, a circle does not only have a lot of points, but to form a circle, you need an infinite amount of points. Like, there's endless amount of points on this circle. I'm sorry. Okay, this circle right here that you see has came to be, and it's just, I'm using the bottle cap as an example. If we just look at a circle, any circle that's in front of us, a circle is formed by so many different points that the illusion of it is an actual circle. If you were to take a pendulum and you were to just throw that pendulum on a little angle, that pendulum is going to form a fucking circle in the next couple hours. This nigga Kendrick Lamar is dissing this nigga in every way possible. This is crazy. Oh my God. And this is the simplification of it? Yo, I need a drink. I need a drink. Oh my God. Also, Poetic Justice is perfect song to shade an MF who thinks you fake is F. Oh my God. When Pac and Janet were filming, Janet was all over Pac like she wanted some after filming. After filming her, he called her and she ghosted him. Was teasing him for the best performance on camp. That's crazy. This is just turned into geometry class. Here come Queen of the Facts. And just when you think you're looking at a circle, you realize it's a sphere. Oh my God, I'm having a Kanye moment. I'm having a Kanye. Y'all remember Kanye when he was like this? Oh my God. Yo, I need an ice pack for my head, man.
Shell very quickly. Now, what I want to get to,
just made me
because
like even more.
I see a lot of you with similar comments, both on TikTok and on YouTube, with counter arguments to our poetic justice theory on why we're wrong. And I want to get into addressing some of the ones that we see all the time. The first of those counter arguments is, why does Drake have a writing credit if Kendrick Lamar wrote Drake's verse for him? And it's very simple to understand. The way that the music industry works is that writing credits are like a barrier to entry. It's a part of the game that they play, right? So you're never going to have an artist get on a song without getting a writing credit, even if it was ghost written.
I need to hear all that again because my mind was not focused right now. But before I even get back to it. So basically Kendrick is wrapping circles around Drake literally and mathematically. Yes! Yes! Literally, yes, Tiny. Holy crap. Bro, and yo, listen, Queen. It's not even a rabbit hole anymore. Y'all remember the Bugs Bunny and Tweety show? Y'all remember when Bugs dug a hole? And that's funny because it's literally a rabbit digging a hole. But you remember when he dug a hole? But he dug the hole so far that he ended up in China? Nigga, that's how deep the hole goes, bro. It's not even a rabbit hole. That is a tunnel. It is a tunnel. Yo, what the? Oh my God. Oh my God. Kendrick made the Final Fantasy VII remake theory of rap complete with 5 levels of understanding. Yo, go to bed, dog. Oh my God.
Wrote Drake's verse for him. And it's very simple to understand. The way that the music industry works is that writing credits are like a barrier to entry. It's a part of the game that they play, right? So you're never going to have an artist get on a song without getting a writing credit, even if it was ghost written for them. And that's important to remember because when you look at how the writing credits are actually structured and you kind of just go through, like you can do a deep dive on I pulled this up. This is just an AI overview of how songwriting credits work from a financial, contractual, and from, a collaborative standpoint. But basically it's about the royalty, right? So you're never going to have an artist get on a song and not have a writing credit on that song just in case the song blows up and becomes #1 and very popular, right? Because the royalty is how these artists eat. So it's used as a barrier to entry. So if Drake is coming on a song, he'll say, okay, get, at this time, like give $50K for the verse and then put a writing credit on it, right? That's how they get paid up front and then they get paid on the back end. It's basically used as a barrier to entry. So you just kind of have to keep that in mind. Even though, you know, there's instances where like artists like Prince, Mac Miller, you know, those are just the two off the top of my head. I think even Logic has his son has a writing credit on a couple of his songs. Mac Miller puts his brother as a writing credit on some of his songs. Prince has used his family members on songs. It's a way for his family members to kind of get something on the back end. You know what I mean? It's just something that they do. Another counter argument that we get constantly when talking about the poetic justice theory is, well, mainstream media, the mainstream, you know, my favorite podcaster says this, that it starts at control. Or, you know, I saw a XXL article from back in the day that says control is where everything started. And what I can say about that is that they're wrong because the lyrics and the timeline.
Control is when we found out. Literally, control is when we all like, oh shit. But nah, we might have found out about what was going on at control, but this shit was way before that ever happened.
Line tell you a completely different story. And I want to draw your attention to why the whole talking point in the narrative of it begins with control is a bullshit line. It's a company line that the industry had people sign up to write articles about. And it's why members of TDE, i.e. Punch, during his interview with Curtis King, says, yeah, to my knowledge, it begins on control. It's because that's what happens when NDAs are involved.
Yo, see, now you talking my language. Now you talking my language because let me tell you something. And I've been talking about NDAs for a while on this channel now. We don't know the exact NDAs as to what specific events were happening. But we know for a fact, we know at least when an NBA or NDA, is in effect. And we know when an NDA is done. And that's based on the actions of the people that could be under said NDA. For example, literally choose like a top podcaster out there, and then you can start going through that rabbit hole based on just how they speak alone. Academics, Joe Budden, friggin' Ice, Flip, okay? Clearly, all of them, not necessarily under NBA, but the NDA, but there is some sort of payment structure within those different conglomerates or groups, to be honest, but it's okay. But yo, you can literally just by how people defend people in the world of celebrity or famous people or just artists. Certain friendships are formed based on contracts. Right, Aiden Ross? Bro, when it comes to the NDAs, I've been calling these dudes out. So I'm right there with you. I've been saying a lot of these friendships that we be seeing on camera are contractual. Okay? There's a signature at the dotted line at the bottom. And then their friendship is formed. These niggas don't even hang out with each other for real. It's the same thing with the top podcasters in the world. Majority of them don't even hang out in real life. They sometimes see each other here and there and they pop out just to show that, oh, nah, we cool with each other still. But they're not always together. Oh my God. Come on, bro. You know I'm right there. It just got, like Furry B, it just took me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It just took me a little bit, but I'm right there with you. Kendrick hung out with Drake and was, oh, hell no. After. I want to know what was the final drop because it's usually the pettiest little thing that seals the deal. Yo, Tiny. And at that point, we can kind of figure it out, which is the funny part. And the best way to figure it out is just through the beef alone. And you can kind of figure out, just think about the things Kendrick was fed up about the most about Drake. And then you can start to draw your own conclusions. Now, we don't know specifics, but you can kind of draw your own conclusions just by the things that he hated the most. Gambling problems, spending problems, whorehouse, soliciting women. Did I just crack the code? Meet the Grams. I'm just saying.
They give people a talking point and expect you to stick to that talking point when an NDA is signed. And I'll get into why we believe an NDA is signed in just a second. But the main part that I want to draw your attention to, again, coming from a timeline standpoint and a lyric standpoint, the one thing that stands out to me about that control talking point is the Jodeci freestyle.
Uh-oh.
And I've already done a breakdown on the Jodeci freestyle. I did a lyrical breakdown on that just last week. I don't need to break down the lyrics again. But if you look at the timeline and stick to the lyrics in the timeline, Jodeci freestyle comes out 2 months before Control is dropped, right? A whole 2 months before. And just a few months, less than 6 months after their collaboration together on Poetic Justice and their collaboration together on fucking Problems. So to me, when I look at these lyrics, right, like these scathing lyrics, like, you know I'm a sore spot, middle finger poking you in your sore spot, talking about who the best MC is. We know that you're not. It's not just about MTV naming Kendrick Lamar the hottest MC. It was never about that. You don't pen these words, if you're even penning them, about some slack MTV award that you didn't get, right? So this whole Jodeci freestyle directly contradicts that Control talking point. And even when you look at the lyrics on Control, right? When I look back and I think back about and I remember.
Yo, is that King Hammer, bro? What's popping, bro? Good seeing you in here again, bro. How you feeling? Control was the car of hip hop making a battery. Having a battery replacement is hilarious. Holy. I'm telling you, I believe Drake has other children and has baby mamas on NDAs. Queen, I'm right there with you. There's a reason why we haven't seen the first daughter yet. If that is the first daughter. These girls might have signed an NDA for life. But that child support check must be good, right? Is that why Drake is gambling with Stake and making all of this money? And then don't even get me started on the plane. We've done broke down the plane about 7 different times on this channel. That plane is draining his money, but he has to keep the plane to keep the persona so people will love him. And with the people loving him, that will translate into people going over to Stake for people that is putting their money into Stake to gamble their life savings away so that Drake can get paid at the end of the day. You see how you can take your fan base, turn them into customers, and from the customers you make profit? Business is a bitch. I'm just saying.
For exactly where I was the first day I heard this. I was a landscaper. I was working with my boys, Joey and Nick, and Joey stops the lawnmower. He's like, "You got to listen to this verse from Kendrick Lamar." And oddly enough, we were at my house cutting my own lawn in my backyard. So, you know.
Oh, Tiny, you going to bed? All right, Tiny, have a great night. Sleep well. I hope you wake up with a nice, bright sunshine on your face and nothing but positivity in your heart. Good seeing you again. Take care. Sleep well.
No, of course, we do what teenagers do and had a little fun with the wacky tobacco, and we listened to this. And I just remember this part standing out where I was like, you got to rewind that. Like, this is so crazy. But I want to draw your attention to these lines in particular.
Was that a flex?
I want to draw your attention to these lines in particular. I'm usually homeboys with the same fellas I'm rhyming with, but this is hip hop, and they should know what time it is. Think about the artists, and this is a main crux of our Poetic Justice Theory as well. Think about the artists mentioned in this group of artists. Jermaine Cole, Big Crit, Wale, Pusha T, Meek Mills, A$AP Rocky, Drake, ? Big Sean, Jay Electron, the 2 guys he's on the track with, Tyler, the Creator, Mac
What's good, neighbor? Good seeing you again. How you feeling?
Miller, I got love for all you, but I'm trying to murder you.
Right.
Trying to make sure your core fans never heard of you.
Right.
They don't want to hear not one more noun or verb from you. What is competition? Because it is. It's a word sport. These are word nerds. What is competition? I'm trying to raise the bar high. Who's trying to jump and get it? Right? It's a call to arms. But remember what I asked you before, to keep in mind the list of artists in this grouping. Jermaine Cole, prolific writer and producer. Big Crit, same. Wale, same. Pusha T, same. Meek Mills, same. A$AP Rocky is a hip-hop historian. That dude is a nerd for this game. Big Sean, J Electron. Big Sean is incredible with his pen. J Electronica is insane with his pen. Tyler, the Creator, is a prolific producer. Mac Miller had a jazz phase. He not only was a prolific producer, but an incredible musician, an incredible budding musician. Like, he could have had an entire career spun off of his rap career. The only odd man out in all of this is Drake. When you really stop and you really think about it, I've never seen Drake in the studio making a beat on a beat machine. I've never seen him sit down at the piano and hit a couple of keys. I've never seen that. I have seen Drake in the studio doing a funk flex freestyling from a BlackBerry.
I New York really want it. Stupid ass Nick.
That's what I've seen Drake do.
Remember what he said.
So again, just keep in mind, timeline and lyrics are the two rules in this household. So that should debunk the control argument in your brain. The other thing I want to draw your attention to, another counter argument that we get all the time, is why doesn't Kendrick just outright say this? Why doesn't he just come out and say, and why did he not say it during the beef? He had the opportunity to say it openly. Hey, I was your ghostwriter. Game over. You know how I know the Quentin Miller rumors are true? I was one of them. And it's because we believe that the industry got involved. And once Drake found out what happened to him, Drake went to the labels and went to the industry and said, we got a problem. And Drake's people went to the industry and said, we got a problem. And we got to button this up. And we believe that Kendrick Lamar, not only Kendrick Lamar, but every member of TDE has an NDA out because they were all in the studio together. J-Rock, Absol, Schoolboy Q, Punch was right there with them. Top Dog was right there with them. They're the ones who hatched this plan together to pull this off on Drake. So it's not just Kendrick Lamar under the NDA. It's all of them. And when you sign an NDA in Hollywood and in the music industry, they basically give you like PR talking points, standard PR talking points. Like, okay, if someone asks you about this, you're not allowed to say X, Y, and Z. What you are allowed to say is it begins with control. Or to my knowledge, it begins here on control. Or it begins here. You're not allowed to sway from those talking points. Otherwise, they'll sue you for all that you're worth. So Kendrick Lamar can't just outright say it, but he does draw attention to it in different ways throughout his career.
Hold on, let me answer Queen's question for a second. What's good, Allison? How you doing? Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Let me just answer her question for a second. Bro, how did hip hop let Drake freestyling from a BlackBerry fly? It's actually kind of simple, to be honest. Because you got to remember, at that point, that's when hip-hop was still not necessarily reinventing itself, but it was kind of integrating with more marketing in a sense. Hip-hop was struggling in the early 2010s. You see what happened with Drake coming in and all that. Like, from the 2000s to 2009, hip-hop was good. 2010... hip-hop was in a transitional stage. Everybody preferred a party style. So with the party style comes more high-level hip-hop. And at the moment with Drake doing the freestyle with a BlackBerry, I still can't believe it either. Hip hop was still figuring itself out, still trying to integrate with the whole like DSPs, more involved with business than artists, and with somebody that's a marketing golden goose, which is literally what Drake was. They said, just let him do it, bro. It don't even matter. Because what we're going to do after, we're going to just drop some fire music that nobody's prepared for. So they utilized the moment. The moment didn't really do much for Drake. It might have pushed him a little bit. But at the end, putting him on a platform like that to do a freestyle still was significant because that added to the artistry at the time, because around that time, that's when a lot of the rules started to change, because when you're integrating more of a business mind into something where artistry matters, if you have all this business, you don't need that much artistry, because it only takes a second, a snap, to skyrocket this one person to the front of the crowd. Meanwhile, artist number 276 is still in line over here waiting for his moment. Meanwhile, artist number 507 done skipped the whole line because he has the whole industry behind him, helping him to be great and outstanding. So it didn't even matter what the freestyle did. It's just more about what kind of platform he was on, because it actually helped the platform to see Drake on it. Because now that you see Drake going crazy with the kind of numbers that he was making from his albums and all his projects, people are like, nah, Drake was freestyling here. Oh, nah, I gotta get here. I gotta do my freestyle here, bro. If Drake was here, I can be there too and do my freestyle. And then I can be great too. That's literally how it goes down. No word of a lie. So when I say it didn't even matter if he did the freestyle good or not, who cares? Because everyone's like, y'all had Drake? So that's why it sucks. Because look what it did to the name, but look what the name got from it. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy part with it, you know? But it is what it is. So what more can I say? But with somebody that's such a good marketing golden goose, you can throw him anywhere and the numbers would go up. Sorry. I'm so sorry, but that's what it is. That's what happens when you know how to play the neutral game. Business is neutral. If you understand how the neutrality works, then you can navigate said path to get to the top. That's why it's twisted. Drake went from attracting women to attracting incels. You're not wrong, but guess what? The incels, until they didn't, but the incels is where the money's at. It's one thing to attract the women, but if you're in, say for example, you're in a club and you attracted all these ladies in here, how much money do you think the club is gonna make? Knowing that the dude is probably broke. But it's okay that he's broke, because look at all the women that he attracted. Now you have a club full of women, and about 75% of them didn't even bring their wallet. How much money do you think the club is gonna make? This is why the incels matter. Literally, incels are created to be used. Can I just get that out there real quick? I'm not trying to step into like the whole red pill, blue pill conversation shit or the dating shit, but I just gotta say this. Incels are literally generated. They're actually created to be used. Why do you think OnlyFans models be popping? Those are incels buying their content and then wonder why they go broke after. What do you mean about $39.99 came out of my damn bank account? Who the hell took $39.99 out of my damn bank account? Or $49.99? Who the hell took $49.99 out of my bank account? Then you come to remember, oh, it was Cindy with the titties. Oh, Cindy with the titties took my money. Oh, no, I got to write a DM. Wait. She sent me a nude in a DM. Oh, no, I'm up. I'm good, bro. Yo, incels are literally birthed to be used.
Career, right? You know, if you think back to the BET cipher, I'm the master who masturbated on your favorite MC until the industry had wanted me assassinated.
Oh, man.
That is clear as day. He's the guy who got off on your favorite MC.
Crazy.
And literally, the industry wanted him assassinated because of it. Because if you think about where Drake was at that point in his career, something like this would have absolutely devastated his credibility amongst true hip-hop listeners. You'll never listen to Drake again, knowing that he took verses from Kendrick Lamar, right? So that's important to keep in mind. The other thing that Kendrick does is that during the beef, he did call attention to it. It just kind of went over everyone's heads. And that's, you know, not necessarily your fault as a listener. There were a lot of lines, you know, calling him a colonizer.
Hey, Queen, real quick. You said it, not me. I was trying to explain it without saying what you said because I don't like navigating that path because when you navigate said path, it gets dark outside. So I'm so glad you said it, but I was not trying to say that. But thank you.
Calling him a pedophile, dear Adonis, dear Sandra. There were so many moments during this war for the culture that just kind of went like,
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Took your breath away, right? And it's okay to miss the lines where he's trying to breadcrumb you back because, like, he just gave us so much, right? He gave you so much to work with. You know, it was close to like 35 minutes worth of audio from Kendrick Lamar just during that beef. Like, it's insane. If you look at the lyrics from Euphoria, he says, the very first time I shot me a Drake, the homie had told me to aim it this way. I didn't point down enough. But today I'll show you I learned from those mistakes. Somebody had told me you got a ring? On God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian fella make Pac turn in his grave. It comes back to Tupac. It comes back to his love for hip-hop. It comes from being his offspring, the one carrying that torch, that crown of his. He talks about it. Colin Aubrey, no, I'm selfish. That crown is heavy. Because
I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly. That's still a golden bar. What? Oh my God. Oh my God. Ain't nothing nobody can tell me. I don't want to talk on no celly. I know they got language barriers. There's no accent you can sell me. I know Cole and Aubrey know I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy. I pray they my word friends. If not, I'm YNW. No, bro. No. There's nothing in Drake's catalog that could even fathom what the fuck Kendrick said in that moment. Euphoria ended the battle. Everything else was just after credits.
As it is a burden. When you are an artist with something to say and you have a perspective and you won't compromise on your vision and what you are actually saying for industry and for a check, and you are trying to lift people up, that burden is heavy. And then he says right there, right underneath it, cutthroat business, you got shit twisted. What is it, the braids? I hurt your feelings? How could he have hurt Drake's feelings? Wait, you don't want to work with me no more? Okay. He's saying it just without saying it. And he does it again on King Kunta. If you look back, you know, this is, again, timeline and lyrics. This would have been right here, you know, after Control drops, after the BET cipher, after the Marcellus Wiley interview where Drake goes on and just talks shit about Kendrick for a whole segment. And then Drake has his people call ESPN and say, hey, we're not doing the ESPYs unless you pull that interview. No. It comes after that, and then it gets released in 2015.
Right.
So he says, right here on King Kunta, I can dig rapping, but a rapper with a ghostwriter, what the fuck happened?
Right.
I swore I wouldn't tell.
Oh, no.
But most of y'all share bars like you got the bottom bunk in a two-man cell.
Let me just stop it right there. I want y'all to hear that part one more time.
Couldn't tell. But most of y'all share bars like you got the bottom bunk in a 2-man cell.
Y'all remember the phone calls that were leaked from Young Thug? And they were talking about how Drake wanted a hit that Young Thug had in the tuck that he heard about. But instead of giving him the hit that Young Thug wanted, Young Thug said, yo, go in the file and just give him a hit that he can use. Let's hear that part one more time.
I wouldn't tell. But most of y'all share bars like you got the bottom bunk in a 2-man cell.
From 2015, King Kunta onto Pimp a Butterfly, bruh. From 2015, this shit's been gwinning. That just goes to show you that the game changed a long time ago. The game changed such a long time ago, bruh. It wasn't about talent no more. It's just about creating a hit and then using the whatever you gotta use to push the hit. They're just pushing music, bruh. They're not pushing art. But the art doesn't sell no more, so you gotta give something a little better. You gotta give something that's hype enough to get the crowd going, to get the crowd moving. The rappers that were able to rap and get the job done and make a hit from rapping made it work. But for all the other people out there that just couldn't do it, those individuals out there were the same individuals that were just thrown a hit. Somebody just took a hit and just threw it at them. It was up to them to catch it. Most of them niggas fumbled the shit. So what's up?
Later on, King Kunta, the other line that is important in all this that I forgot to grab a screenshot of.
Yo,
oh, here it is. Yeah, right here.
Damn.
Everybody want to cut the leg off him. Kunta, black man taking co-lovers. I was going to kill a couple rappers, but they did it to themselves. The shit is elementary. I was going to kill a couple rappers, but they did it to themselves. Right. Everybody's suicidal. They didn't even need my help. This shit is elementary. I'll probably go to jail. Like, he's saying it openly. Like, he did it to himself. I was going to do it, but they did it to themselves. They didn't even need my help. Because Drake can't help but take from other artists. He can't help but take from other rappers and take verses from people and use ghostwriters.
Don't kill me.
And finally, the last thing that we see as a counter argument to our poetic justice theory is, well, I've heard and I've seen interviews in the media where, Kendrick Lamar and Drake are actually friends. And if
we remember when Friday tried to put that together. Oh, no, they're going to be friends after all this. They are never going to be friends, bruh. I remember watching that Culture United with Friday on it, bruh. They will never be friends. Ever. Like,
if he actually liked him when they were on tour. No. Again, he told you when he is outside, he does not belong to himself. He told you that clear as day on Buried Alive. And he also said during the beef, I walked this man down the whole time. Have you ever walked your enemy down? He calls him his enemy.
Oh my God, y'all got me out here sound like the ROM channel, bro.
Beef. I walked this man down the whole time. Have you ever walked?
Let me tell you something. You see this right here? You see all this right here? You see all this right here? This is a long walk. You hear me? All this right here from what? From what was that? April 14th, 2010. That's April, right? January, February, March, April. That's April 14th, 2010. The hard part. And this is the timeline that he put together. This goes back to about what? 2010 right there. My mind was going somewhere else. April 14th, 2010. From what? Nigga, do you understand how long of a walk that is? I don't even think, you know what, let me not say that because that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy to say. I will not say that. But all I'm saying is this is a long ass walk. I don't even think Terry Fox can run for that long. R.I.P. Okay, for all the Canadians out there. But god damn, this is a long walk. Okay, that's a crazy freeze frame.
Walked your enemy down. He calls him his enemy. Have you ever walked your enemy down with a
Yo, Furry B, I'm not going to do that because I swear to God, if I watch it and I see it, yo, bro, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to throw my fucking laptop. I'm going to throw it and I will never do a reaction ever again. So I will not watch the Poetic Justice video.
Poker face. Hey, we're friends. Pop, back of the head. And it's important to note that that word specifically. Why would Kendrick Lamar call Drake his enemy? And where has he tried to show you that he is, that Kendrick and Drake are enemies, or like, you know, Drake
Justice
is Kendrick's enemy before? He does it on the Poetic Justice music video.
But I could never write my wrongs unless I write it down for real. P.S.
And Amigo, that flash, did you see it? Slow it down. Here it is.
Write it down for real.
And Amigo. Flash.
P.S.
Into the chorus. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it.
And I
Know just what you want.
what you want.
Poetic Justice. Put it in a song. And then it runs all the way into Drake's verse. And then Drake's calling the girl who got shot while he's got another girl in his bed. So, with that all being said, and now we are running a little bit longer than 30 minutes. Yes, I want to just do some housekeeping stuff. Madman, I see you. I understand. You know, about the 5 a.m. Freestyle, or the 5 a.m. in Toronto song. I get it. The way I look at the 5 a.m. in Toronto, it's just Drake being upset about the MTV thing, and it's not really anything to do with like telling the story of Poetic Justice. But I understand you want to see it on the timeline. I'm going to add it to the timeline. I'm also going to add Determined off of Overly Dedicated from Kendrick Lamar's little EP that he put out in 2009, because he kind of takes a shot at Drake there too. I have seen that. What else? I think that's about it. But I want to say thank you to everyone who has been rocking with us from day one. Madman's one of them. Sarah Wong's one of them. My boy Lace Rhymes, Steve out in Vegas, Hunter Pax, Bill down in Watts. Y'all are just literally like so cool for just supporting us through this journey, putting us on, putting us up, always telling people to go and listen.
Yeah, how you doing, D? Hope you're enjoying your day. My mind is just fried right now. Love from Compton, I appreciate you. This is Love from Toronto. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for stopping by to the live. I appreciate you greatly. Y'all know I got love for LA, but this damn video fried my brain. Furry B, you wanted me to watch. Yo, let me get this right. Furry B, you wanted me to go and watch the video. Okay, it's one thing. You wanted me to go watch the video. He played a part of the video in the clip. I told you, if I was to watch the video, I would have literally thrown my laptop somewhere and I would never do another reaction ever again. If I was to do that, and maybe I would stop myself from throwing said laptop. He played the clip from when you told me to stop it. He played the clip from the video. And from that clip, it already showed the part of the video where whatever happened. And then Queen comes in and then says, oh, did you realize the girl that got offed in the video was hip hop? And then here come Furry B with 3 target emojis. I would have thrown my laptop, nigga. You understand me? I would have thrown it out the window. Do you get it? Do you understand? Mother.
Listen to what we're saying on this. And I really do appreciate it, you know, from the bottom of my heart. Seriously. Des and I really do appreciate the support. We are a 2-man team. you know, and it is hard, you know, balancing jobs that we have both with our clients and trying to make content on this. So like, I appreciate the patience from everybody. Shout out to, of course, my fiance, Desiree. She's just my rock. Incredible. Wouldn't have a Poetic Justice Theory without her. And again, thank you very much for liking and subscribing and supporting the content. If you guys want to donate, links in the bio. Other than that, I feel like I've done a pretty good job at laying out our arguments for the Poetic Justice Theory being right. And I feel like I've negated a lot of the arguments against why we're wrong. So thank you.
Y'all know that meme with that old man holding the cigarette, holding his head? That's me right now, man. Yo, I just sat here and watched a crazy video. Why? Oh, before I even continue, I know as a people we're trying to control who we let into the barbecue. Because we've been letting in far too many people into the barbecue and a lot of the wrong people into the barbecue. We've been letting a lot of them in. I'm here to just say this right now. Not only is him and his fiance allowed to come into said barbecue, into the function, but when they get a plate, I'm going to say this now, and I don't give a damn what anybody says. You give that nigga an extra scoop of oxtail. Give him an extra piece of jerk chicken, okay? Give him an extra scoop of oxtail. Make sure you give him enough meat, okay? Give him a lot of meat, oxtail meat, okay, with the gravy, okay? Make sure that he has the rice and peas. You put the oxtail on top, extra scoop. You take a big scoop of gravy. You drizzle that onto the plate, okay, so the rice can sop up the gravy. Then you got the big pieces of jerk chicken on the side, okay? You give him 2 scoops of coleslaw. You get him some cornbread, okay? And when it comes for dessert, oh, buddy, let me tell you something. Not only are you and your fiance are getting big slices, not the apple one, not the pumpkin one, okay? But you getting an extra big slice of some sweet potato pie, okay? And we gonna put a healthy scoop of ice cream, vanilla ice cream on top of that, and we gonna make sure that slice hot. We gonna feed you. Is what we saying, bruh. Understand me. We gon' feed you, nigga. Because with this that I just watched right now, knowing that y'all been doing this, nigga, if you don't get into the function, I'ma kick your ass. Are you kidding me? Yo, what the fuck? Oh my God. I ain't gotta be cheap and dead. Nah, he ain't about it. Oh my God. Bring out a plate. This man said he's gonna bring out a plate. I'm sick. I'm so sick, bro. Holy crap, bro. This video was absolutely insane. This was absolutely insane, bruh. This was crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even if this is a theory, this is way better than anything that What's the Dirt has said that I've ever heard. Holy crap. Yo. They can bring their banana bread and not be kicked out. Don't kill me. Hey, Susie, you're damn right. Here, too. You ain't gonna find no pumpkin pie over here. Sweet potato only. Okay? Not that garbage. That friggin' sugary garbage. The heck? I don't like pumpkin pie. What is pumpkin pie? Come on, bro. You gotta have that sweet potato. Are you serious? I need more Torontonians on YouTube, bro. I need more Torontonians on this part of YouTube because enough is enough at this point. Enough is enough. Okay? Like we've been having fun over here, but we need to start having some strictness. We need to get strict. We need to be disciplined all over again here. So this is cool. All the rah-rah nonsense we've been doing for the past how many years has been great. But we need our artists to lock in. And with videos like this, with all the videos that I've watched, my God, there are some things that we need to air out here. Let me just say that first. This is some frightening ish. This man really thought, oh, Kendrick, are you serious? The dark one, Kendrick? Are you kidding me? I can wash him easy. I got a song ready for him. Oh, he has a 7-minute song? Well, guess what? I got a 6-minute song. Ain't nobody gonna sit there for 17 minutes and listen to a song. Yes, we will! Yes, we will! Ain't nobody gonna sit there and listen to a 17-minute song. I got a 6-minute song that I can drop on him. He's not ready. I'm just going to taunt him a little bit. And from the taunting, I'm just going to see what kind of music he put out. Oh, he put out a song called Euphoria? That's stupid. My show is better than the song. How could he even think about doing that? Like the song could never be better than the show. I got Sydney Sweeney naked in my Bro, there's no way Euphoria is gonna be better than the show that I put out, which is called Euphoria. Like, bro, I done forgot about the show. Like, oh my God, bro. Oh my God. You can't make this up. You can't make this up, man. This is probably the greatest beef. And no. This is probably the greatest one-sided beef I've ever witnessed in my life. This is probably the greatest like one-sided beef I've ever even laid eyes upon or ears. Holy crap! This is different. This is absolutely different. You ever see Anthony? Oh, yo. Okay, I want to tell y'all right now. The 2 crash out videos are next. Those are next. I want to say that right now. I'm catching up today. So we're going to watch the first What's the Dirt crash out video. Then we're going to watch the second one that he dropped today. And then we're going to just veer off into other directions with everything else. But I want to make sure that I catch up with all this. It's like the whole deleted situation with What's the Dirt when I watched all 3 parts in one day. We're doing that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that started. No, they don't. The next 2 videos today. All right. So that being said, and funny enough, What's the Dirt subscribed to the channel. It's already been. If you saw the live when he subscribed to me, I literally froze in my tracks. I'm like, did y'all see who that was? Man, subscribe to my channel. What? Okay. All right, buddy. Anyway, let's get on to the next. God damn, an hour and 34 minutes? I told y'all it was going to be a long one. I paused. I just got to say that. God damn. That's crazy.